Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. Today I'm going to be doing another one of my wallet repaints. These wallets I pick up for $5 from the local emporium, and sometimes I pull them apart and sometimes I don't, but today's video I am going to pull apart because I want it to be flat to pour on. So first step is to unscrew these screws. If they will come undone is another question. That one, this one looks like it's been built by a off-centered machine actually. Maybe I'll need to tape those up. So hopefully I can get this one. No. Alright, so I'm not pulling it, I'm not taking the metal bits off, I'm going to tape those up, but I am going to pull these side seams apart so I can flatten it out. And basically these are just a concertina and they're two bits, and one of the concertina places it will have a seam. See how there's a seam here? It's just a matter of undoing the seam, and which is sometimes easier said than done, especially when it's black on black and you don't have your glasses on. Right, so I'm going to pull these apart and I'll be right back. Right, so I have undone the seam, and so we can now lay the whole thing flat, and I have put some masking tape or painter's tape, whatever you want to call it, across the metal, being very careful not to touch the this vinyl, whatever it is, with the tape, because last time I had the tape on vinyl it ripped the vinyl apart. So I'm not, this is wall painter's tape, not craftsperson's painter's tape. Right, so the next step is to have something that this can sit on, so to keep it flat and above board. This is just an old Chinese takeaway type container, and so that's got that sitting. It's never going to be completely flat, guys. It does have in the bend, it doesn't have anything to hold that up and support it, so that's going to be always an issue when it comes to this sort of thing. So the next piece to do is to wipe it down with alcohol, just to make sure that where is my alcohol gone? Might need to use vodka instead. Hold on. No, I threatened to replace it and it located itself. That was pretty cool. Alright, so I am going to just give this a quick wipe down, and I can get the lid off this alcohol. It's child-proof, and I think sometimes my bottles think I'm being childish with my painting. Oops, that was a lot. Give it a really good wipe down. Awesome. And then once that is done, what I'm going to do is flip it over the other side and just in here where the material has been folded over, I'm just going to paint that first, and do a little bit of a ditty, pretty ditty. So the base colour that I'm going to use for this one is the beige, which I have already watered down with, maybe that's not such a good idea. Maybe I will do it with black, because I have actually already watered down most of my colours with the Floetrol, because I'm getting to the bottom of the pots. And so I don't actually think that that nude beige colour has got enough covering power, whereas the black has not been watered down yet. So let's do that. Look at that, much quicker. Just one layer. And that can be drying as we're pouring. Alright, so I have finished painting those two edges. I'll flip that back over. So, what colours should we use in here? That is always a good question. Should and could and would and did and didn't and will and won't. What if there's no right and wrong, guys? What if you being you and pouring whatever you're aware will create the greatest is what will create the greatest? So there we go. That's my piece of philosophical stuff for today. So how much paint we're going to need is we're going to need the number of square inches of the area equals the number of millilitres of paint we're going to need. So let's get some clarity on that first. I believe this is about an 8x8, so 8/8 is 64. So 64 millilitres, which is pretty much one of these cups here. That's 50. So 60, yep, we should be right. So let's do it. So I'm going to go with the beige as my base. And I'm going to as you can tell already, I'm doing a flip cup. That's the fuchsia, which has silicone in it. Now all these paints are this Decor Art styling paint for fashion accessories that Decor Art sent me. They sent me some of their pouring medium to use with it, and that was really lovely of them, but they sent exactly half and half, like 50-50 mix, and some of these paints require a lot more than a 50-50 mix. So that has become, I ran out. So I'm now using Floetrol. There's a lot of purple in there, which is good because that's what I want. So Floetrol is a paint conditioner, and it helps to thin the paint while keeping some of the integrity of the paint in place. There we go. We're full. So the aqua and the fuchsia have silicone in them. The beige and the purple do not. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this very well. Let's see. Maybe I can. Ha! Look at that. That was cool. Let's just make sure you guys are in focus. So why did I do that? Because I wanted to rub the paint around a bit, just so that there was some paint there too. No, you don't. To flow on. That middle ridge is going to be a problem. How am I going to hold those and torch it at the same time? Anybody got any ideas? Because I don't. Alright. I don't want to lose all my paint off the side. Okay. Let's get some cells happening. And then we can start tilting. And the thing that's really exciting me right now is this bit that's closest to me, that's got all the cells in, is actually the front. So there's a possibility that the front of this wallet is going to be covered in cells. Either that or I'm going to lose them all as I pour it. Pugwuggies. Alright, let's tilt it back down to that corner. I need 3 hands. Where's my son when I need him? Okay, I'm going to let the sides go, because I need to get some paint over here and over here. Come on, you can do this. Nearly there. That's up. And just down into there. Alright. Ugh, hands need cleaning. Okay, so I'm going to torch it again. And just see what else shows up. There's definitely some air bubbles in there. Got some other cells showing up, which is cool. Oops. Oh dear. Oh, I didn't like that colour anyway. That's good. Now, over here, I'm not sure if the light is showing you. I've got something dotty in there. I don't like dotty. Well, it's not dotty, it's clumpy. So though you can't see it in the wet, that would make a really big dent in the painting. So it does always pay. Oh, there's another big bit in there too. Where'd that all come from? Pay to get chunky bits out of your painting. Now, I'm just going to put something under here, under this end of the pot, just to lift it so that it's running that way and we don't lose all these this way. Is there anything else I need to be aware of here? We are dripping down the side, that is okay. Might need to go into cleanup mode after this, but that's okay. Cleanup mode is fine. I'm liking it. That's looking funky. Funky junky. Awesome. All right. Ah, that's not awesome though. Wow. Very cool. I hope that hasn't been out of focus for very long for you guys. Sorry if it has. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not sure about this big patch here. Let's see if any more cells want to come up just to break up that gigantic patch of tan. Alright, let me get you down and show you up close and personal. Okay, so one thing I'm really pleased about is not much of that aqua came through. There are touches of it, which gives a really yumminess to it, but it's not in your face. See, there's a little bit there. There's a few little bits here and there. Look how funky the cells have gone. Oops, that bit. They've done these really cute little... Oh, that looks like a face. That bit there. But these bigger cells, I really like those. I wish this bit here wasn't on the tape. That's a bit annoying. So a little bit more of that aqua in there. Purple, yummy, yummy. Those cells, they're cool. And we did get some more cells in amongst that that tan patch, which I'm very pleased about because that was a large patch of nothingness. Check out these cells up here, guys. These are cool. I think they are anyway. Personally. Just my point of view though. That's a nice little area. So we'll have to wait and see how it dries, but from what I'm seeing here, the Floetrol and the Stylen is doing a great job together. So I'm going to put you back up on the stand and we'll see what we can create with the drip off. Alright, so I'm going to move this out of the way. Ooh, oh, let's drip off all the way over there. Alright, there we go. So let's see what we've got under here. That bit there has got some interesting bits in it, and I tell you what, oh, come on, brighten up. There we go. If this bit here, if that was gold, not tan, I would be like, oh, yummy. But it's tan. It's still pretty, but it's not exciting me. What is exciting me though is what's down inside the cup. Brighten that up a bit. Sorry, when it drops dark again, it's because I then try and focus it and it decides that it needs to readjust the brightness when it focuses. So I'm gonna, hopefully without ruining it, dip into there. Where can you see? Not very well anywhere. What's going on with my lighting? Okay. So I'm actually going to go with a love heart on this one, because it sort of does remind me a little bit of a love heart. So this is a cabochon, which is basically, cabochon basically means flat on the back and rounded on the top, no sharp parts. So I'm just going to use a bit of poster putty, or blue tack as we call it in New Zealand, on the end of a stir stick as a handle to hold that. And I'm just going to clean on my little alcohol soaked, probably dried out cloth, that bottom piece, so that there is no yuckiness. As soon as you put the paint on, can't get in there and clean the bits out. So just dip it in, make sure the whole cabochon is covered, and there we have. So then I'm just going to flip it upside down and leave it just like that to dry. So, oh yep, that bubble's popped. Cool. What else? Do we get anything else coming out of here? It's quite mixed in there now. Let's see if we swipe it with a bit of aqua, which has silicone in it. adjust you so you can see properly. Sorry. Ooh, here we go, got some cells. Tell you what, I must say, Floetrol makes great cells. Floetrol and silicone, obviously, but oh yeah, yum yum. I like that bit there. Let's go for another love heart. I'm not sure why, but love hearts are the thing of the day today. So if you are wondering where to get the cabochons from, they are available on most of the online purchasing stores. I get mine from Amazon because I use the when you guys use the links in the description to buy things on Amazon, Amazon says thank you Michelle and gives me like a 4%. You don't pay any more, but they give me their advertising revenue. How much they would have paid some advertiser place to get your business, they give it to me instead, which is kind of cool, and I get that in credit, so I get to spend that on stuff that I can use in my channel. So if you'd like to support me that way, I would be very grateful, and there will be a link in the description for cabochons. The cool thing about this stuff, guys, using these cabochons and doing dipping like this, you dip it, you go, yay, I like it. The next morning you wake up when it's dry and go, nah, I don't really like it anymore. And you soak it off. It's paint on glass. And that's super, super easy to deal with. And then once you've soaked it off, you can redo it. But then once you have found one that you really like, you then clean the edges and make sure that the glue is gluing the glass to the metal, and it's metal glass type glue, and you're good to go. Now I'm actually thinking we should put a rectangle through there. So these come in several different colour combinations, size combinations, sizes and shapes, but also yes, colours as well. So you can just buy just the straight cabochons, and if you wanted to then glue them onto a multimedia piece or something like that, that would be totally good too. Make sure that you seal with the cabochon so the sealer goes right onto the glass, and it's a glass sealer, and that way you know that the paint is sealed in, because it's not, this stuff is not waterproof. This stuff is not it's not glass paint. You could do this with glass paint, absolutely. I've never done it. I've never used glass paint. But if you have glass paint and you want to give it a go, I'd love to see what you do with it. Tag me when you post it on Facebook. So, focus. Some cool cells, subtle, with a funky streak through the middle. So when I come back, just gonna make sure that that is covered all the way to the corners. When I come back, I will show you the dried cabochons as well. And I do sell these. So, we have a wallet looking very funky and 3 pendants for me to show you when we come back. In 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're back and it's dry. There are some parts that look shiny, but that's just where the silicone has come to the top, which is awesome. And we can clean that off, that's no problem at all. And I love it. I think it's awesome. But we need to take this tape off. I have run a blade down the side there. I did that off camera because some of you are a bit squeamish with me using a blade, so I thought I would just spare you the the squeam. So let's get this off. And look at that, look at that, look at that, yum, yum, yum. So obviously I haven't sewn this back together, but that's just a few little stitches required to put that back. Oh, look at that, how satisfying is that? Yum, yum, yum. So some of the paint has run over and dried. Look at that, but that's okay. Just a little bit of tidying up to do. Clean that up, sew that back together. So it'll just be a matter of putting that back into there, sewing it up, and this paint is not designed for metal, so it comes off the metal quite easily. Something like that. So you might even get away with not taping it if you wanted to. But there we go. We've got a wallet. And it's pretty. So I will sign that and it will be available for sale. If it's not sold by the 8th of December, it will go in my store at the Rotorua Arts Village Artisan Fair. Look at that. It's so pretty. Purple on one side, pink and purple on the other. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. And what happened to the pendants, you may be asking? Well, they came out really cool as well. So here's the rectangular one, and I've just set them into their little pendant trays just to give you an indication of what they'll look like once they're glued in. And what I have started doing is I have a Dremel type machine, like a little multi-tool, and I just engrave into the glass my signature. So the first few that I've sold aren't signed, but the from now on they will be, and you'll be able to tell it's a true Mickey art because it'll be signed. And so that one looks pretty cool. I like it. It's very cool. And then we've got the love hearts. Look, that one looks like a love heart inside a love heart. Yay! How cool is that? That was the first one that I did through the out of the actual pouring pot. So there we go, guys. We have 3 pendants and a wallet, and it was fun. How's it get any better than that? So how much fun can you have? And come and join us on the Acrylic Pouring for Fun Facebook group and share what you've been creating. Ask questions, get hints and tips from others, and join us for the monthly Facebook group challenge. This month is, I haven't been doing very well on this one actually. This month is nature inspired. So what inspires you from nature? Is it a something to pour through, something to colours, or the shapes of nature, whether it's the waves or the feathers or the anything? Come share what you're creating that's inspired by nature. I like it. What about you? I think it's pretty. Alright, my darlings, have fun. I will talk to you in the next video. And what else is possible? Bye bye.